Going on to you, Virgos. So you have the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and you have the Four of Wands. So a lot of you Virgos have been essentially letting go of individuals that do not fit into your life. If there's one thing about this Mercury retrograde, and I guess this, so I don't really follow those types of things like that so closely. I'm also just stay in my lane, stick to the zodiac signs and what I know about them and what I am currently learning as I continue to live and interact and understand what's going on with them and stuff like this and learn different nuances. But a lot of you Virgos are cutting off those people that acting like they're switching up on you in your life. You know what I mean? Because this is ultimately nothing new to you Virgos. You Virgos most definitely been around the block more than a couple of times, enough to have enough experience to know that in essence, nothing lasts forever. You know, the same people that swear out and act like they care about you so much will be the same people who have all this vitriol and anger and they're so upset and they got all this rage in their heart. They can't stand you and look at how fast it is to switch up on you and stuff like this. Like I said before, these people are hypocrites. And like it is that I've been saying, a lot of you Virgos understand that a lot of people who call themselves being real are hypocrites. You know, look at how fast they switch up. Like for me, for instance, I know how fast people switch up on my YouTube. Same people talking this nonsense about how it is that they care and all that other type of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. If you really care about me, you should not be so offended off the way that I move. And you should not try to manipulate me in any shape, form, or fashion. Because what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, I can't be able to do those two things. I'm not going to be able to be good tarot reader and at the same time accomplish my situations and accomplish and do what it is I need to do and still call you my friend if you are going to try to manipulate in any shape, form, or fashion. Watch them how it is that they do. They're so emotional, too emotional. You know, they're like waterlogging a plant. They start off cool, calm, collected, and then they show how weird they are. These are individuals with multiple children by multiple baby daddies or what have you. And then all it is that they're doing is hitting my lineup, expecting me to try to flirt with them. I don't care about their goofy behinds. I don't know how many times I have to say it. It's not what you think. I'm not trying to be in a relationship with any individual in the United States. I don't know how many times I have to say it. But, the delusion is real. The delusion is very real. And then they get mad because they see that I'm being very much so serious. Then they get upset. Then they show their true colors. Bums. Weirdos, bums. You know, they think that because they have an apartment that they could barely afford and that they have 2 children, that somehow makes them an adult. Or, you know what I'm saying, or what have you. And it's like, I'm working on getting out and getting an apartment for myself. And buying it, for that matter. Buying it over to where it's mine. Anyway, so this is why it is that you Virgos can't be shamed. It's because when the Nine of Pentacles, is because when you have purpose, you know why it is that you're doing what it is that you're doing. See, you could be shamed a lot of the times when you don't have purpose or when you're carrying yourselves dishonorably. But when you have purpose, that's what makes it harder for people to come in and betray you and shame you and all that other type of nonsense, because they're planning on betraying you because they're wishy-washy. And the Four of Wands represents you Virgos already know what time it is. You know, if a person is going to consider themselves a part of your household, or the two of you are going to join households and stuff like this, this is the situation. How could you Virgos be with somebody who is shaky in their own regard? They know that they want to be with every dysfunctional individual, enough to have children by them. But as soon as they get with you, now they call themselves being shaky. Absolutely ridiculous. Now all of a sudden they call themselves being shaky. They don't call themselves being shaky when they're laying down and having children by good-for-nothing individuals. That goes either way. Or having a relationship, rather, with good-for-nothing individuals. Right? That goes either way, regardless of whatever you're into. Right? Doesn't go like that. Right? The only time when it go like that, now that they have a problem, is when it come to you Virgos. Now all of a sudden they don't know. They're idiots. They're morons. They're idiots. The Ten of Wands and the King of Wands. The Ten of Wands and the King of Wands, because you Virgos have this experience. You Virgos are supposed to know that the people who are leaving your life, they're bums. This is the thing that I really want you Virgos to understand. Anyone who's leaving your life right now, they're bums. Trust me. I'm letting them go like gym socks. I'm letting them go like torn up socks. I'm letting them go like used cans. You pop the can, you pop the top off the can, you drink what's inside, you throw away the can in the trash can. That's what it is I'm doing, because they're not worth anything other than just using them, or maybe not even using them, but just throwing them away, looking at it and be like, oh, this is a bad can of juice. Oh, it smells bad too. Just throw it in the trash can. Don't even use them. Me, I prefer not even using them at this point. I don't think. Maybe when I was younger, I would have used if I could have, but now, nah. Too upright for that now. Now I'm not even wasting my time trying to use a useless individual. That would pretty much be a waste of my time now. And it should be a waste of you Virgos' time, because now the King of Wands, right? The King of Wands is all about how it is that, you don't care about the individuals that's leaving your life right now. I know I don't, because I would rather lose all my subscribers and be at peace than to deal with a bunch of goofy goobers who can't even spell, can't do math, having problems making life decisions, but then they got all this sass to them. And then they so quick to talk about somebody else's living situation. It's like, oh my gosh, like, please stop talking about things that you don't understand, because it's clear that you don't understand anything that I'm doing right now. Oh, you're doing this. And it's like, do you know my plans? Do you see, you talk too much. Do you know my plans? Do you know what it is that I got planned going on? Do you know what I have planned? No, you don't. So how could you be talking? You don't know my plans. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know if I'm going to go get a piece of real estate. You don't know if I could be going to get an apartment. You don't know if I'm working on both. You don't know if I almost bought 1 acre of land the other day. You don't know that. To be more accurate, a little bit over a month ago. You don't know that. So how in the world are you supposed to know what it is that I have planned. You don't know that. I almost had the land deed in my hand and everything like that, the paperwork done. But I wanted to do it the right way. I saw there was another way, but no, you know how it is that these goofy goobers are, Virgos. They're gonna try to make it seem. That's one thing too that I be noticing about Virgos, right? A lot of people like to pontificate. That's one thing that I be seeing, that I've observed. That's kind of like a little nuance about being a Virgo. A lot of people like to spend a lot of time pontificating about our pockets and talk about how broke and how poor and how much we don't have money and how much we don't have access to it, and compare compare their sizes and line up their measurements and their size, and like to measure it, and this is how long it is. I need to know how long yours is, Virgo. You can't. And especially if you Virgos been around the block a couple of times and your experience, you Virgos know enough. It's none of your business. I ain't gotta measure anything up. This is not a competition. I'm in my own lane. you know what I'm saying? I'm in my own lane. I have enough stocks to pay me every single month, and every single month I'm gonna redistribute the monthly dividends, and over time they're gonna go ahead and get bigger and bigger and bigger, enough for me to actually live on. They don't know what it is that I've got going on. They don't know that eventually I'm planning on buying land allodially to where I don't owe the government rent lawfully, legally, and all this stuff. Or maybe if not, my plans are always subject to change. That's the one thing about it. Maybe I may go to a different country. That's the reason. Well, I definitely am. But I may go to a different country, and that's what I am saving up for. And I'll buy an apartment outright to where I actually own it. It's not rented out. I actually own it and stuff like that. It's my own condominium. They don't know that I'm doing it, but what they'll do, and I'm working on it. I honest to Allah, I'm working on it, but they don't know that. They're gonna sit up there and think and pontificate on you, Virgos, because that's one thing that I've been noticing that a lot of people tend to do when it comes to Virgos is pontificate on what the Virgos have versus what it is that we don't have, right? They like to spend. You want to know how I know this? Because I had people at one time stealing my mail. Now, for a group of individuals who act like they have so much attitude and there's so much on their high horse, why are you going through my mail? Why are you listening out for the postman to deliver a box to me so that I'm able to actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so listening out in another apartment, mind you, minding my business that much? But I'm useless and right? You Virgos have to learn to watch your backs. You have to learn to be very aware of your surroundings. And like it is that I've been saying before, Virgo, you have to understand that you are hawks or falcons living around pigeons. These are some delusional the Four of Cups and the Emperor is about how so, because a lot of you Virgos are now like in a situation where you're living good without them. You know, you're going to be living very much so. You're living good without them now, and you're going to be living even better without them, because these people are parasites, leeches holding you back. And the Judgment represents all it is that they're doing is casting judgment on you for the way that you live your life constantly. They don't. Who are these? Who are these people? Your mama? Your daddy? Who are these people? All this judgment that they're casting, and you know, and you want to know what's so stupid, Virgo? The ideology that they think that their opinions is so profound. Because there's a difference between an opinion and an informed level of understanding. An opinion comes with ignorance. something that somebody just made up, or maybe they've been thinking about for a while, but it's delusional. It's mentally warped. It's ignoring something. It's ignoring something. It's intellectually dishonest. And then information, or having an understanding, I should say, of what you're talking about is researched, lived, insight, that there's insight and enlightenment that has been gained on the situation, right? Right? It's been something that has been germinating for a long time, and has been allowed by the person who is seeking the knowledge to actually be absorbed and learned. You understand what I'm saying? So you have people who are ignorant. They cast in all of these opinions, and these are the same individuals that you stop talking to, mind you. All these same individuals are so deluded into thinking that that their opinion has so much weight into how it is that you make decisions. And it's pure delusion. Pure delusion. Because the Two of Wands now and the Knight of Swords is all about how you Virgos can care less about what it is that they've got going on. Because at the end of the day, this is how it is that they are. They're so upset playing all these games, and weirdos and dysfunctional and a mental midget and all of this other type of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's because they want to get all up in your business. They want you to care. They want you to give them some form of attention. That's how weird they are. All of that because they're terrible at communication, and they be having psychotic breaks with reality. Let's clarify the Emperor. You Virgos understand that nothing lasts forever. The Page of Swords, Nine of Cups, the Fool, Three of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. Right. Because the Page of Swords and the Nine of Cups represents, they're upset at the fact that you don't care. You're going to continue to live your life how you want. They're upset and jealous at the fact that you're continuing to live your life how it is that you want. And the Fool and the Three of Wands now represents how it is that you ultimately, they wish that they could be on the same page with you, but they know that they can't because they're too caught up in their own stupidity in order to get out of their own way, because they always want to perceive themselves as being right. And the Eight of Pentacles, you don't care because it's addition by subtraction. You're better off. You actually gain without having these weird individuals in your life.